Howdy y'all, I am IceGold, and today we're going to be gambling again. That's right, gambling in the Big 25. We're doing it. I love gambling. I love it so much. Always bet your entire life savings on red. Works every single time. But of course, by gambling, I mean we are going to be opening the new Liches and Legends Gauntlet pack, 10,000 crowns worth of it, because why not? You know, it's a new pack. I have the crowns, even though I really shouldn't be doing this at all. I should be saving these as best as I can, but, you know, content is content. And there is also a video that Liam made yesterday, I think as you're seeing this, that I want to make myself, so this is going to give me fuel for that. So how about that? We're going to do it. So, with that in mind, let's go ahead and buy 10,000 crowns worth of this. Okay, so this is 4,000. It'll be a bit over, so that's what we'll do. Thank you, game. Very cool. Okay, I just sold 250 treasure cards. If I still don't have enough, I'm crashing out. Alright. Packs, Horde and Lore, and that's as much as we can get. Alright, Array of the Night Infernal. Interesting. This is actually very interesting. We do want the amulets and the robes and the decks for schools that aren't, you know, fire or storm. But yeah, pretty good first pack, you know. We got the Myth Amulet, pretty neat. What's next? Skull of the Skinless King. Nah, it's just reskinned. Damn, what's it called? I forgot. The plot armor, the library gauntlet gear. It is literally just that. Reskinned. Stack of paper. I don't have much of that, given I'm spending it on crowns. Loop of Legendopia. 2 tiers in a square. Wow, that's getting fed straight to my pet. Hadron of the Lich Lord. This is actually kind of interesting. I like how these look, personally. Dirk of the Night Infernal. That's getting fed to my pet. Array of the Re-Risen. This is an interesting one for the Life School. This is a Jade's favorite, pretty much. What else we got? A second Myth Amulet. Let's go. That's huge. A third Myth Amulet is at the World Trade Center. Very epic. Alright, so we're going to run that back. Another 4,000 crowns worth. Grok hit. Grok. At Grok, is this true? I got Healing Courage. I should card that one over my head at first. Dragon Steed. That's an interesting looking mount, I will say. What's next? How many of these have I gotten? How much myth gear have I gotten? Is what I've got to ask. And it feels like I've gotten a million Centaur TCs. Shoes of the Skinless King. Sure. Is this going to be Centaur again? Gummy worms. Interesting. Okay, so I got the Death one. This is actually very good that I got the Death one. Class for the Re-Risen. Okay, so we're starting to get some now. Womp Womp. And then Array of Legendopia. Kind of interesting. Should I make this the thumbnail? I might make this the thumbnail. Well, I just recorded, quote-unquote, an entire video where I opened 10,000 crowns worth of packs. The new Liches and Legends Gauntlet pack, to be precise. And then I looked over at my other monitor, and I saw that I wasn't recording. So here's what we're going to do today. We are going to be going over all of this. All of what I got from my packs. Because I really just cannot be arsed to do that video again. So, you know, we've got all of this stuff, you know. What do we get? Hedron of Avernal Fury. We actually got a couple of those. Those are the Storm Wands. And the wands are actually pretty interesting. People seem to like how they look. It's a D20, just sort of in your hand. But, yeah, I think they look pretty nice. I will say that. What else do we get? Scrolling up, Dark of the Night Infernal. That is a fire thing that I'm feeding straight to my pet. Are these good? I don't know if they're good. I don't think they are. Like, I think the Shabalba themes are better. But I'll keep these just cause they're life. and maybe they do give the same amount of damage. I'm just not sure. I don't know that off the top of my head. What else do we get? Dark of the Re-Risen. I went over that. Shoes of the Skinless King. Those are the Death Boots. They actually give a main deck weakness, which is kind of neat. Shield, Power, and Sword Pin. You know, pretty decent. A nice little resist option, but ultimately the Reaver Boots give one less resist for a lot better stats. So you have that to think about as well. What else did I get from my 10,000 crowns worth of packs? Array of King of Vernus. That's this. So the decks, when I was talking about in my quote-unquote video, is that what we want are the robes, the amulets, and the decks for maybe some schools, just in case square decks become good again. So even though these may not actually be as good as I initially thought, but basically, if you're looking at these, all of them for every school give a stabilized item card. So that is another one that you can sort of mess around with if you so choose. But yeah, I got the life one, 2 fire ones, the ice one, the myth one, and the balance one. And then I also have the storm one from my loyalty store packs that I opened off camera. So yeah, we got fire, ice, storm, myth, life, and we did not actually get death, but we did get balance. So kind of interesting, but I doubt I will be opening any more packs. So there is that. What else did we get? Raiment of a Vernal Fury. That's right. This is the robe that I got. Or this is the storm robe, rather, but I did get the Raiment of the Lich Lord, which is the ice one. So the ice one is pretty neat. And one thing I should say is that all of these they give the same stats as the plot armor. So, I mean, it's like you look at this is the death plot armor, and it's the exact same template. So, yeah. But there's just different item cards. It's like where these ropes would give, you know, a dispel, these robes will instead give you an extra brace item card. So those, and I'm especially glad I got the ice robe, but yeah, those are very, very useful. So there is that to think about as well. And I got the storm and ice ones, so that is pretty neat. So what else did I get? Raiment of a Vernal Fury, Clasp of the Re-Risen. Okay, so yeah, these are the amulets, and I got 3 myth amulets and 2 life amulets. Interesting. So there is that as well. Yeah, these amulets, these are interesting because they give a tower shield and an attenuate, whereas with the archival amples, these amulets will give you a brace and then your school's tri-trap. So those are kind of neat. It's sort of pick and choose, you know, do you want a defensive aura or an offensive aura? And right now, offensive auras are kind of in, so I do think that these amulets are a bit better. I really did get 3 myth amulets and 2 life ones. Like, if this was, and I actually got the ice amulet from my loyalty store packs as well, so if this was for fire, this was for storm, this was for, I don't know, balance, like, sure, then, you know, that would be pretty cool. So I did get the death one as well, which is going to be helpful. So I will just lock up one of each of these. So Clasp of the Skinless King, quite nice right there. Gives, you know, tower shield, extra 5% on it, and of course the extra attenuate. So I don't know, maybe I'll have to mess with my death setups and see what I can't do with that. So overall, pretty neat. So those are the amulets that I got. I also, one thing I did want to mention is I got a permanent dragon steed. So I think it's like, even though the myth cast symbol is sort of like, this has been with my Death Wizard since 2020, probably earlier, I still think it's probably time. and getting this mount, you know, that is pretty neat as well. So what else? We got, honestly, a bunch of TCs, and the thumbnail that I decided to set is actually going to be one of these packs that I opened. So just something to keep in mind. But yeah, you know, I got honestly a pretty good number of things. This, of course, was 10,000 crowns worth, so you know, you could just sort of pause at any point if you see anything that you think looks cool, I guess, anything you want to sort of see. I got a Grok treasure card, which apparently exists now. It's like, at Grok, is this true? Actually, at Grok, did I get a Grok TC? I don't know. It should be in there somewhere. And actually, I'm not sure if this covers all of what I got. I'm really not sure at all, actually. I guess I'll know because I opened some wooden chests at the beginning. Okay, no, it does not cover everything, but yeah, at Grok, this is in fact true. I did get a Grok treasure card. I think it's going to be under Astral, if I'm not mistaken. I did get a Grok TC, so I just thought I would mention that. And I also got a Womp TC, so I don't know. I don't know what KingsIsle's cooking, but look, they gave me Grok and they gave me Womp Womp. They're in tune, I promise. not really. The dev team is very not in tune, but KingsIsle, the rest of KingsIsle is pretty in tune because they're giving us Grok. At Grok, is this true? And then Womp Womp, of course, as well. But I don't think I'll ever use these. So how about that? Anyway, that I think is going to wrap up this rather unconventional pack opening video. I just really wish that I could have recorded all of when I was actually opening the packs, because I could have, you know, given you all the rundown live. But sure. Anyway, that is going to wrap up this video. Thank y'all for watching. I've been Ice Gold. Be sure to like, subscribe, and leave like 50 comments for the algorithm. My Discord is down in the description if you want to chat with me some more. And I will see y'all later.